Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Jav. If you can see me and hear me, please drop me a 777 in the chat box. We do have many more people that are going to jump on the call shortly. And we are also live on YouTube as well. So I can see that on my other screen. We are currently live on YouTube too. So we have a lot of people watching this on YouTube as well. So my name is Dr. Jav. I'm a foreign exchange and cryptocurrency trader. And firstly, I'd like to welcome you to the call today on this amazing Sunday afternoon. So here in the UK, it is currently, let's have a look at the time, currently 4 p.m. here in the UK. Now this webinar is going to basically be an introduction to trading. I look at the market conditions today, what's happening in the markets and how this will affect the current current prices of cryptocurrencies. So as we know, certainly in the last few weeks, last few months, a lot of things have been happening out there in the marketplace. And I'm going to tie everything together and show you firstly, how we trade, and also how you can potentially join our academy, our mentorship program, so we can show you and teach you how to trade the markets as well. So before I continue, I'm just going to share my screen. Again, if you can see my shared screen, please drop me a 111 in the chat box. I'll say that again. If you can see my shared screen, please drop me a 111 in the chat box. And I'm just going to check my YouTube chat box as well at the same time, because I do have this video going live on both Zoom and also YouTube, where we have many more people watching this as well. Now, again, just bear with me a second. Thank you, Winston, and thank you, 16. I'm not sure what your name is, but again, thank you, 16. So here on the screen, you can see a snapshot of what cryptocurrencies are doing at the moment. And I'm just going to go over this snapshot briefly before I continue. Now, the last 7 days have actually been very, very good in the crypto space. So we've seen a lot of green here. In fact, it's a sea of green, which basically means that, you know, it's a green day for cryptocurrencies. Many more people are buying crypto, and the demand is getting higher and higher. And when demand is high, naturally the price will go up. I'll say that again. When demand is high, the price will naturally go up for anything, any commodity, even cryptocurrencies fall within that remit as well. Now, for example, we can see that in the last 7 days, some coins have gone up by almost 40%, and that has been the case for Thor Chain, 39.8%, Ethereum Classic, 37%, Zero Finance, 30%. And these numbers are, you know, very, very good in the last 7 days. Now, the Graph is a coin that we recommend within our mentorship program, within our academy. So if you're a student of ours, you will have already bought potentially the Graph, GRT, and you will be realizing these profits. Now, what does this number actually mean, the 27.4%? Let me just make that easier for you to understand. As an example, if you were to put $1,000, or if you had put $1,000 into the Graph GRT just 7 days ago, today you'd be sitting on a profit of $700. If you'd put $10,000 in to the Graph 7 days ago, today you'd be looking at a profit of $7,000. Now, again, when it comes to trading the markets and also cryptocurrencies, a trade does not necessarily have to take that long to execute. The actual process of placing that trade, of buying any particular cryptocurrency, depending on which exchange it is on, is not that laborious. Now, in the case of Graph, you can buy Graph in many, many places. And also on this website, you can see just some of the locations or places where you can actually access the Graph or GRT. For example, you can see here that you can buy it on Binance, Coinbase, crypto.com. So there's quite a few places where you can buy the Graph. And again, going back to the example that I mentioned earlier, had you bought Graph 7 days ago, let's say you put $1,000 in, you'd be looking at in fact, I think the numbers I mentioned earlier were incorrect. I'm just looking at the numbers again. It wasn't $700 profit, it would have been, it's 27%, not 700%. So I was thinking about 700%, but 27% profit on whatever you've put in. So $100 would have made you $270, $27, $1,000 would have made you $270, and $10,000, $2,700. Now compare that to other classes. For example, property. I mean, how many property deals do you know that you can get out there that will give you a 27% increase in profit in 7 days? And there's not many out there. And that is the beauty of trading the crypto market. You can realize amazing returns in a short space of time, and then you can utilize those returns and basically compound your money so you can increase your profits every single day. Now, in the case of Thorchain, had you bought, $1,000 worth of Thorchain, you'd be looking at almost $400 worth of profit. So, I mean, basically, in a nutshell, that's how we operate. And when it comes to trading, you can do leverage trading, or you can trade directly on the exchange. And in my particular case, I do a lot of exchange trading, and it's a really, really good way to not just invest your capital, but also achieve some very, very good returns. Now, one question that I get very, very often is, how do I know which coin is going to go up in value? For example, you've got the graph here, which if you look at any of my earlier trainings, I would have been talking about the graph now for several months. So if you are part of our Academy, our mentorship program, you will get this information as part of the Academy already. Now, that is how we actually give out these details. We give the details out through our Academy, and we do research on these asset classes every single day. So in my particular case, I've been trading now for 6+ years, 7 years or so, and we actually know the indicators to look at because we've done this for such a long time. So we do the research every single day, and then we pump out the information to our students, who can then go out and buy any particular coins, and or they can trade on that information. Aave is another coin that I recommend. It's a great coin to have in your portfolio. And Aave alone went up by, you can see here on the screen, 24.6%. So around 24 or so % in the last 7 days. So 24% in the last 7 days. Had you put $1,000 into Aave, you'd be looking at a $240 approximately profit in those 7 days. Loopring, which I'm going to cover again later during this webinar, again, an amazing coin to get. If you don't have it, definitely look at it, and that's gone up by 23%. Kusama is another coin that we recommend, 17%. So in the last 7 days, what I'm trying to show you is that there's been a lot of positivity in the marketplace. In the last 7 days, we've had a lot of green days in the crypto market. And even though currently, if you watch the news and know what's happening in the economy, you'll know that interest rates have gone up, not just in the USA. So the Fed announced its first interest rate rise since 2018, and they are predicting a further 6 increases this year. And not great news for savers. But again, in the UK, very, very similar. We've had an interest rate hike just recently up to 0.75%. And again, there may potentially be further rate rises going forward. Now, if you were to look at what's happening in Ukraine at the moment and Russia, in Russia, the interest rate went from 9.5% to 20% in the space of 1 day. And imagine if that was to happen in your country, how would you hedge against that? And what systems have you got in place to ensure that you don't get caught out if that was to happen wherever you live? Because inflation has been going up now for several months, and one of the things that countries do to hedge inflation, banks do to hedge inflation, is to increase interest rates. So it's one of the measures that they choose to use to hedge inflation, to keep it in line with their predictions. Now, very, very important to mention at this point is that, going back to the example of Ukraine and Russia, recently Ukraine actually legalized and regulated cryptocurrencies. So I'll say that again, recently Ukraine legalized and regulated cryptocurrencies within their country, which basically means that if you were living in Ukraine, your cryptocurrencies are now regulated, and also there's no danger, with you trading cryptocurrencies. Because if you actually look at the time scale over the last few years, since cryptocurrency gave birth in 2009, many countries, many organizations, large organizations came out and said, you know, I ban, or we ban cryptocurrencies because it's a scam, it's a pyramid scheme, it doesn't work. But now what you're seeing is the direct opposite, where you will see many more countries adopting cryptocurrency, certainly as Ukraine has done recently. And Ukraine received, again, if you just look at this particular news story, they received well over $100 million worth in cryptocurrency donations. So millions and millions of dollars have gone to the Ukraine recently as a result of what we're seeing in the Ukraine and Russia. And what you'll find is in the next few days, next few weeks, Russia may adopt the same standing as Ukraine has. And again, when these things start to happen, when you get regulation coming into play, when, you know, countries and, you know, banks around the world start saying that we now authorize these kinds of payments within our organizations, within our countries, what you'll see generally is that the only way for cryptocurrency is up. The only way is up, because what will happen as a result of such things is that the demand will go up, and demand goes up, naturally the price should go up as well. And currently the price of one Bitcoin is around $41,000 or so. So the price of one cryptocurrency currently is around $41,000. So if you were to go out to the market and buy one Bitcoin today, it would cost you around $41,000. Now, some of you watching this today might say to me, you know, I haven't got $41,000. You know, how do I go out and start trading and investing in Bitcoin? Well, the great news is that you don't actually have to buy one entire Bitcoin. We have something known as the Satoshi, which is 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. One Satoshi is 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. So even if you only have $100, you can start trading and hodling your cryptocurrencies. So the market, or the barrier to entry, is very low when it comes to cryptocurrencies, as long as you can understand that what you see and hear in the news may not be the best course of action for you, certainly if you're looking to trade in the crypto space. So again, we are currently seeing many green days in cryptocurrencies. It's very positive. If you're brand new to trading, brand new to cryptocurrencies, now is a really good time to get into them. And the reason for that is that the price is still relatively low. So in the case of Bitcoin here, you can see that the all-time high of Bitcoin was achieved in around November 2021. And at that point, the price was, you know, $69,000, give and take. Currently, the price is $41,000, and we're looking at a 40% reduction in price compared to what it was just a few months ago. So you could even say that Bitcoin is currently available at a discount of 41%. Now, if you just imagine your favorite shop, whatever that shop is, whether it's Harrods, Selfridges, whatever your favorite shop is, imagine if everything in that shop was currently 40% below retail price, everything was on discount at 40%. Would you go rush into that shop and buy whatever you wanted to buy from that shop? And I think the answer probably is a big fat zero. And the same is the case for cryptocurrencies. Many cryptocurrencies are currently available at a discount. Even if you look at Ethereum at the moment, the current price of ETH, which is the second largest cryptocurrency in the marketplace, the current price of ETH is around $2,800. And in the next few days, we are expecting this to go beyond $3,000 and go beyond its all-time high, which again it achieved in November 2021, where the price hit almost $5,000. Now, ETH, we are expecting to go beyond $7,000, $8,000, maybe even $10,000 in the next few months. So again, compared to those prices that we've predicted based on our calculations and market sentiments, now is a very good time to start looking into cryptocurrencies. So you're in a very good place currently. Now, again, going back to the interest rate hikes recently, what tends to happen, if I stay on the example of the USA, when interest rates go up to curb inflation potentially, what happens is that the dollar gets stronger. Now, the dollar index has a reverse or inverse relationship to the price of Bitcoin, approximately. So when the dollar index goes up, the price of Bitcoin generally comes down, and vice versa. Now, currently, you can see here, if I just make this graph a little bit bigger, you can see here that the dollar index went up over here, and recently it has come back down again. So again, the interest rate hike that we saw recently could have been a result of the dollar index going up, and now it's recovered and come back down again. And again, in the short term, the dollar will become stronger. However, what's happening is that there's still a lot of currency currently being printed. The dollar is still being printed over and beyond what it should be, and that will result in the dollar weakening over time as well. So that's another thing you need to look at. Now, at the moment, in the short term, the dollar will continue to remain strong because there's still a very, very good demand for the dollar around the world, certainly considering the macroeconomic current situation, and also what's happening in the markets around the world and countries around the world, and also this war that's going on as well. So the dollar in the short term will retain, I'll say it should remain fairly stable. However, because the dollar is still being printed over and over again, there's so much printing going on at the moment, eventually the dollar will start to fall down again. And you could see this very, very quickly next few weeks, next few months. And as the dollar falls, the price of cryptocurrencies will go up because people will want to put their money somewhere, and they naturally elevate or move towards cryptocurrencies. And when that happens, you will notice that Ethereum will potentially go towards the 5-figure mark, so $10,000 plus, and Bitcoin potentially will hit over $100,000. So we are potentially just a few weeks away from a 6-figure Bitcoin. Now, looking at the charts today, Bitcoin is still fairly bullish, and if it goes beyond $47,000, $50,000, there will naturally be a pullback, and then we could see the higher prices, and we could potentially see a new all-time high. So the price will go beyond $70,000, and it could happen quicker than many people expect. So going back to what I said before, if you're not currently trading the markets, now is the best time as ever to look at this, because trust me, this can beat any full-time job that you will have anywhere. I don't know any jobs out there that will give you a 30% pay rise in 7 days. I don't know any jobs out there that will help you compound your profits. I don't know any businesses out there where you can achieve over 100% growth in just a couple of months. And that is why I've seen in the last few years so many people jump into the crypto space. Cryptocurrencies is the future of money. Digital money is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Now, recently, we also, within our mentorship program, we gave out a signal, or we gave out a trading idea or alert for our students to look at, and that was Lux. Now, Lux Rare, it's currently at $1.53, and previously it reached an all-time high of around $7. So around, say, 4 or 5 times its current value. So if you were to, let's say, buy $1,000, let's stay on that example, that number, $1,000 worth of Lux today, once it hits its all-time high of $7, again, you'd be looking at potentially a $4,000 to $5,000 profit. And what you'll find is that when Bitcoin starts moving up in price, the altcoins, the alternative coins to Bitcoin, or the additional coins, they tend to lag behind Bitcoin. So Bitcoin will hit the $100,000 plus, and then the altcoins will start shooting up as well. And again, just by being on this webinar today, you are definitely in a good place. And trust me, cryptocurrencies are not going anywhere, regardless of what you see online or on the news. Now, some cryptocurrencies, some people get confused that, how do I buy these cryptocurrencies? I'm not sure where to go. Now, if you were to go back to CoinGecko, which lists over 13,000 coins, and click on any particular cryptocurrency, as I've done here for Lux. So you find the coin in the list, and you will then click that coin, and it will give you more information on how to, for example, buy any particular coin. So if I search out Lux Rare again, So just give me a second. If I go to the search box and type Lux, just give me a second. So if I type in Lux in the search box, and this is Lux, and if I click Lux Rare, it will then take me to this page, and this will actually show you which exchanges allow you to buy this particular currency. So in this particular case, you can buy it or exchange it. So Lux is not available on the big exchanges at the moment, but you can buy it via swapping using Ethereum on a Uniswap, and also using a wallet like, for example, MetaMask. So if you've never been to Uniswap before, if you just bear with me a second, I'll see if I can find it. So this is Uniswap, and on Uniswap, I'm not going to log in, but on Uniswap, what you can do is you can exchange coins for other coins. For example, you can exchange ETH for Lux that I've just talked about earlier via the, for example, the MetaMask wallet, as many of us do every single day. Now, going back to the, how we operate ourselves. Now, in my particular case, I don't know if I talked much about myself. Some of you will know who I am already, but if I just give you a brief overview of who I am and where I've come from, so you can relate to me, and then I'll do another dive into cryptocurrencies. Now, in my particular case, I used to work in corporate. I used to work in the city, and 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And it came to a point when I couldn't do that anymore. I decided, there was more to life than working for somebody else. And I actually came across the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And that was my first introduction to not just trading, but I would say entrepreneurship. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad was my first introduction to entrepreneurship. I can't even say it properly. And he introduced me to the concept of the Cashflow Quadrant. And that is what you can see on screen here in pie chart format. Now, the Cashflow Quadrant teaches us that 95% of the world population is broke. Now, currently, that 95% is getting bigger and bigger. As the middle class is pushed out of the system, eventually there will only be two classes. You'll have the poor class and the rich class. You need to be in the rich class if you are to survive going forward. You have to be in the rich class, otherwise you'll be reliant on the system, and you don't want that, trust me. Now, Robert Kiyosaki came across this principle all those years ago, and that's when I decided that I could not be the 95%, I had to be the 5%, which is composed of investors and business owners. So you have to be that 5% if you want to be financially free. Now, luckily, when it comes to trading the markets, whether it's foreign exchange, whether it's cryptocurrency, we form that 5% because we are both investors and also we are traders as well. Now, unbeknown to many, many people, we don't sit in front of our desks every single day trading the markets. I don't know anyone that does that. It'd probably make you go mental if you were to do that. I mean, generally, when it comes to trading, once you've learned the system, once you've learned the strategies, half an hour a day, in some cases, if you just use our trading alerts, even if you spend 10 minutes a day using those, you can return good profits or make good returns. Now, obviously, if you want to spend longer, it's entirely up to you. But many traders that I know don't spend longer than maybe half an hour, 1 hour a day trading the markets. And within our academy, the great news is that we actually give you or show you the trades as well. So that sort of cuts corners for you. And again, as you learn, you can also potentially earn as well, because we'll help you out with those trades. Now, the foreign exchange market is big. It's up to $6.6 trillion every single day that's traded via Forex globally. Banks actually trade up to $1 trillion every single day, and they do that from your money. So if you have a bank account, whether you like it or not, your money is already being used for trading, yet the banks will keep more or less 100% of those profits. They'll give you back 0.1% a year, but they'll keep the rest of it. Now, when my mentor, he said to me all those years ago, Dr. Jav, how much money have you made on the money that has flown through your bank account in the last decade? And my answer was a big fat zero. And that's when I decided that I did not want the banks keeping all the profits. When you're trading with us through our academy, you keep 100% of the profits. We don't take any of that. We just provide you with the education and show you how to trade the markets. So the Forex market is open 5 days a week, 24 hours a day. When it comes to the crypto space, we're looking at 7 days a week that you can trade the cryptocurrencies market. Now, it doesn't matter where you are based. You could be in the Outer Hebrides, you could be in Australia, the USA. Your location is irrelevant. You can trade the markets 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Your vocation is irrelevant. It doesn't matter what background you have, whether you're an engineer, scientist, a teacher, a student, even if you're unemployed, your background is irrelevant. We've had people without even a basic education that have become 6- and 7-figure traders because they decided to spend the time and learn how to trade. So currently we have many, many thousands of students all over the world in over 100 countries who are trading with us and learning how to trade and also trading successfully with us every single day. And there's no reason why you can't join those successful traders. Now, digital currency is actually my personal favorite. We do have experts on foreign exchange and other styles of trading, for example, binary options, but in my particular case, I do prefer digital currencies, just the way things are. I like the way digital works. And again, digital is a huge market and it's going to get bigger and bigger going forward. Certainly with these world events going on in the next few weeks, next few months, next few years, you will get many, many more countries that will legalize and authorize cryptocurrency usage within their countries. And as that happens, the price for crypto, the only way is up. And trust me, you don't want to miss the boat, because now is the best time to get in when the prices are still relatively low. And I showed you earlier 40% off the price of Bitcoin and ETH compared to their all-time highs. So the prices are relatively low. Still a great time to get into the markets. For those of you that want to learn, for example, binary options, we have a system there for you as well, educational platform where we'll teach you and show you how to do that. Now, some people within the academy like to earn an income online, and we have an ECX platform where we teach you how to earn income online, again from home. So in the last few years, in fact, the last couple of years since the pandemic started, many more people have started to work from home, and they've began to enjoy the benefits of working from home. And the great news is when it comes to trading, and whether you're going to build an online marketplace, you can do all of that from home, and not just from home, but anyone's home. In fact, anywhere around the world. You can go out now to Barbados and live in Barbados and earn the same as you would earn in your current country just by using these systems. So when it comes to trading holds no prejudice. Your location is irrelevant. The trades that you place, regardless of your location, whichever country you are in, the profits that you can make the same as if you were living in the USA or the UK, where the current economy is fairly strong. And that's why I've seen people in their droves, certainly in the last few days, move or start trading the markets, because it allows you to work from anywhere in the world. So how do we actually teach you and show you how to become a successful trader? We have training every single day where we sit down and trade the markets. So we've got, I'll have a screen over here, then I'll be doing the training via this webinar platform, and I'll be training and trading at the same time. And we have hundreds of mentors that will sit down with you every single day and teach you and show you how to trade. And all you have to do is copy your mentor. So if you go back to school, your teachers would have told you, don't copy the person next to you. What I'm saying to you is copy your mentors, because that is how I learned to trade, and that is how I'm learning to trade. So I'm learning new strategies every single day, and my students and also my mentors are learning new strategies every single day. So you'll sit down with us, learn the strategies. Many of those are recorded, so you can go back to them and revise what you've learned already. So that's the best way to learn how to trade, via this apprenticeship relationship. Now, once you join our academy, you get access to many tools. And again, once you've learned how to use these tools, what you'll find is that your trades are 70 to 80% profitable. So it's impossible to get 100% of your trades to run the way you expect them to, but 70 to 80%, trust me, it's a very good number when it comes to trading the markets. And we have thousands of students all over the world who are currently financially free as a result of trading the markets. Before I go back to talking about cryptocurrencies, I just want to let you know how much it costs to join the academy. The current prices are between $200 to $300, give and take a few dollars. Now, the FRX Academy will only teach you how to do foreign exchange. HFX is only binary options. DCX is digital currency, but the Elite Academy, if you want to learn how to do foreign exchange, binary options, and also digital currency, then that is the academy, and that's the one I recommend for you, because you need to know some of the strategies that we teach you in the FRX Academy, and also obviously you'll need to know about cryptocurrencies as well. So $325 US dollars is what it costs to get started. The monthly fees you see on that screen here, you do not necessarily have to pay, because we have a scholarship scheme whereby if you were to recommend 2 people to the platform and they would start trading with us as well, learning from us, then you will not need to pay that monthly fee. Should you recommend more than 2 people, then the organization, the academy, will pay you residuals, and you can use that money in your trades. So if you recommend more than 2 people, you can use the residuals in your trades, or you can live off that money, as many people do. Now, I'm just going to share my the screen I shared earlier with you, so just bear with me a second. But basically, like I said before, today it is the best time to get started in the crypto space, and we're seeing people join us every single day. Now, if you can see my screen here, please drop me a 5 in the chat box. If you can see MetaMask on your screen, drop me a 5, because this is the only feedback I've got, and I will then continue. Okay, Winston Shiraz, thank you. So MetaMask I talked about earlier, it's a wallet that allows you to buy cryptocurrencies, and it's one that I currently use myself, and also recommend to our team. And then there's Uniswap as well, which is a platform that allows you to exchange Ethereum for other cryptocurrencies. Now, once you join our academy, you will actually get access to not just foreign exchange trades, but also many cryptocurrency trades as well, as you can see on screen here. So in this particular case, you can see, for example, Solana, Lux I've talked about earlier already. So this is Lux Rare, and if I just expand that, you'll see in more detail the idea that we sent out here. You can see that we actually recommended you buy Lux when the price was 155, or in fact 158, sorry, or thereabouts, and we expect this to go to at least $3, if not $4 to $5 very soon. So you will actually multiply your money on just this one idea. And again, if you look at this, there's many more ideas here. We had Solana, we've got Lux, Ethereum, Bitcoin. There's so many ideas, Ilvium, Compound, Engine. So if you're a lay person, you will not get access to this information. My recommendation is for you not to go to social media and try and learn from the influencers, because trust me, influencers get paid for the information they put out, and 90% of the time they will give you incorrect information. So they'll ask you to invest in a certain coin that they've been paid to tell you about, yet they don't have a clue themselves. So just be very careful where you get the information from. We have many 6- and 7-figure traders, investors, and we actually do the analysis, and we will tell you and show you which coins to invest in. For example, you've got Mana, you've got Link, another very good coin, CRO, Atri, Compound, and so on and so on. So a lot of information here that we give you based on the back of our analysis. So we do analyze the charts every single day. When I first saw a chart like this all those years ago, trust me, I didn't have a clue. And the great news is that once you start doing this every single day, whenever you've got a few minutes to yourself, eventually you will get it. It's a little bit like learning how to walk. You'll try, you'll get up, you'll fall over, you'll try again and again and again, and eventually you will get it with the guidance of your mentors. So that is what you do. My name is Dr. Jav. I wanted to try and keep this webinar short, because what I've noticed is that people, have a low attention curve. A lot of people drop off. So I'll try to keep this to about 30 to 40 minutes maximum. But to summarize, the trading space, it's an amazing space to be in. You can work from anywhere in the world. You can work from home. You can work on vacation. It's not the the 9 to 5 or the 996 you currently have in China. You can set your own hours and it won't affect your current commitments. Even if you have a full-time job at the moment or jobs, or you have your own business, you can start this part-time without it affecting your current commitments. And we can actually show you how to make more money than you've ever made before. And I can say that with my hand on my heart, because I've seen people come into the academy and basically become 6 and 7 figure earners. So my question to every single one of you on this call is, do you keep your income options open? Do you keep your income options open, certainly at a time when the adoption rates for cryptocurrencies are set to skyrocket? And you will see that before your very eyes. You will see that in the next few days. You will see Bitcoin moving on 50, 60, 70, $80,000. And slowly, as it gets beyond $100,000, it will be too late for most people to get into this space. So when the markets are depleted, when the prices are still very low, it's the best time to get into the market. So my recommendation to every single one of you watching this, both on this webinar and also on YouTube, is to get back to me via any of these links here, and either myself or someone in my team will get you started ASAP. So my name is Dr. Jav. Thank you for coming on to this webinar. I really appreciate it that you're taking the time out on a Sunday to jump onto this webinar. Please make a note of these contact details, because you don't want to be speaking to anyone on social media who professes to be myself. Those are my only social media channels. And definitely, thank you for your time. My name is Dr. Jav. I will see every single one of you on the inside shortly. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you all soon.